Hi to the rescue, and we move, people. Bayer Leverkusen won. Arsenal won. Wasn't the best game in Europe. Wasn't the best game at all from the Arsenal. A bit lackluster. I wouldn't say worrying, but it's a trend that has been picked up by Arsenal in the last few games alone. The only game we've looked good in was against Tottenham, and Tottenham are rubbish. Tottenham are rubbish. But in between Tottenham, before that, it was Brentford, Wolves. And after Tottenham, Chelsea, Brighton, Mansfield, and today, we haven't been performing well, but we're grinding out results. We're not losing. And that's one of the key things, that we aren't losing, because we could have lost tonight. We could have lost tonight. I don't think the game was, it wasn't entertaining. It was a boring game from both sides. Both sides, we could say, were cancelling each other out. But you know, we're going to talk about it. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Rasenal TV, people them. Let me know how you're feeling right now at this moment in time right now as well. Because I was asking the Rasenal family on my TikTok live as well, like, how do you feel right now? I first asked, if we lost 1-0, how are you feeling? Not the best result, but I expect us to do a job at the Emirates. If we get a draw, how are you feeling? Not our best result, I still expect us to get the result at the Emirates. Win, lose, or draw, I was expecting us to get the result at the Emirates as well. I'm still expecting Arsenal to get the win overall over the tie. So we move on to the Emirates. But tonight wasn't a great game. And there were some worries in the sense that because a lot of these players didn't play on Saturday, did Saka play on Saturday? I think Saka may have played a few minutes towards the end on Saturday, but the likes of Rice had a rest. Eze came on, scored the match-winning goal against Mansfield, but I feel like the energy that I saw from the team today, I don't want to say disappointing. I think that's harsh, but I was expecting more oomph, to say the least. A little more oomph. I cannot think of a man of the match off the top of my head as well. That's how lackluster the game was. Because even in the first half, apart from the big Martinelli chance, what else did we necessarily do? Saka was ineffective down the right-hand side today, and that was told by him being subbed off at 60 minutes. It was a game today where I saw Saka, I was like, oh, this ain't great. This really isn't good at all. He struggled out there today. Couldn't make a pass, couldn't beat his player, couldn't get around his player. And it was right for him to come off. If you're not performing well, you've got to come off. That's how it is, whether you're the captain, no matter how good you are. Sometimes it happens. Saka didn't have his best game today and he needs to bounce back. Martinelli didn't have the best game today either. And again, Martinelli. Now, am I being harsh on Martinelli? Should he have scored the goal? Should Martinelli have scored instead of when he hit the crossbar? Because there was a few times in the last few games, whether it's Nottingham Forest or Brentford last minute, that Martinelli's been through and he's not been scoring the goals that we think he should score. So should Martinelli have scored that chance? My apologies for the yawning. My apologies for the yawning. I've been up since 3 a.m. and I'm tired, but I'll make sure I get this out. Eze as well. Eze didn't take the game by the scruff of the neck. No one really took that game by the scruff of the neck, especially in that first half. It was pretty even. I would say, look, to be fair, Leverkusen are always a tough European side. That is a fact. And facing them at home it was never going to be an easy game. I predicted a 2-1 win. Almost got that. We actually could have won 2-1. If Timber actually gets his header on target from the corner that we had in the second half, either side of the keeper, that's a goal. I'm trying to think of who else had chances. Who else had chances that I can't even remember right now. But they weren't any big chances that I remember, because that game wasn't that much open. And then when the second half does begin, Leverkusen come out like a house on fire, because it's 0-0. We go into halftime 0-0, and the question is, can we step up? Well, one team did step up as soon as that half started, and it was Leverkusen. Straight after halftime, they send an attack right through us. They get a corner for it, and from that corner, they score a header. Crazy. Set piece. They scored a set piece against the set piece kings. It happens. And what did Arsenal do? I think we regained control in the game with just our passing and the possession domination. Mikel Arteta then makes the changes. He brings on the likes of Havertz and Madueke again. Big game changers. As I said, Saka didn't have the greatest game. And when he brings on Madueke added his pace, naturally added a threat to the team down the right-hand side, and his trickery as well. It was an effective change that did help. And also the likes of Kai Havertz coming on for Victor Gyökeres as well. I think Gyökeres was having a decent game. I think his touches were nice as well, but he didn't have the luck of the green against Leverkusen's defenders. He didn't have the luck of the green as well, and he comes off for Kai Havertz. Now, let's talk about one of the big talking points in that game. Let's talk about the penalty. Because I said on the stream straight away, I looked at it, okay, in play, I looked at it, I said the rest point to the spot is a penalty. I was like, it looks like he's gone down, blah, 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 blah. I looked at the replay for the first time. I said, oh, no. It looks like, this looks a bit sus here. This is a bit sus here. It looks like Madueke is there because from the angle that we first saw, apologies, from the angle that we first saw, it didn't look like Havertz got caught. And then his foot actually gets trapped under the Leverkusen defender's body as well. And that's the contact that was needed for Madueke to go down. It was kind of easy for him to go down. A bit theatrical, maybe, one would say. But like I said in my TikTok, like I said to everyone, all the rivals, go cry to your mum like expressions. Because I don't care. Do not care. Don't care. Rivals talking about diving, and all these rivals are known for diving. David Luiz smiling on the ground. Chelsea fans, don't let me start. Man United fans, don't let me start. Wayne Rooney, 50th game, don't let me start. Liverpool, Salah, don't let me start. Tottenham, I mean, it's already going bad for you, so yeah, I'm going to leave you where you are. But you know what my point is, people, them. Arsenal got out of jail and we didn't play well. Kai, to be fair to him, showed respect to Leverkusen. Obviously, he returned home. And Hincapié as well, returning back as well. I think Hincapié was having a decent game. But there was no real standouts today. I'm not sure who was the man of the match. So I could give it to Kai for the winning goal. It wasn't on for that long. Yeah, not great, people there. Not great at all. But we move on to Everton in the Premier League, people there. Leverkusen won, Arsenal won. Big time coming up at the weekend. It's important because Arsenal can go 10 points clear before Man City face West Ham away at the London Stadium. Big weekend coming up. Let's make sure we are locked in for it here on Rasenal TV. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section down below of your thoughts on the game as well. And we'll speak soon, people then. Peace.